Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast, episode 823. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hi, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Scott?
If you ever wondered what happens to a superhero with powers, but they also have a food allergy, check out the update of Electro Woman and Dyna Girl.
What's up, Joe?
What's up?
All right, so, Chris, you're going to break the news, right?
Yes, but first, congratulations, Joe, on graduating.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah.
Joe.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay,
Awesome.
so,
Congratulations.
finally, we've got some Doctor Who news.
Yay!
So, it looks like Matt Lucas will be confirmed, or is confirmed, for Series 10, and he will be a regular character on the show. It says here, following his hilarious appearance in The Husbands of River Song, Matt Lucas returns to Doctor Who from the opening episode of Series 10, which starts filming next week in Cardiff on the 20th of June, which is a Monday. Commenting on his return to Doctor Who, Matt Lucas says, "I'm chuffed to bits that Nardole, is returning to the TARDIS for some more adventures. I loved acting with Peter, and I'm excited to work with Pearl." Bringing her energy and zest to the show, Pearl Mackie embarks on her first week of filming as she takes up the role of the Doctor's companion. In her first major television role following her West End appearance in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, she will be bursting onto screens in the opening episode. Stephen Moffat, lead writer and executive producer, adds, "Delighted and slightly amazed to be welcoming Matt Lucas back onto the TARDIS. And this time it's not just for Christmas. He'll be sticking around. One of the greatest comedy talents on planet Earth is being unleashed on all of time and space."
Hot damn.
Okay, so, and again, guys, not hating, okay, but Pearl Mackie announced that he is a full-time second companion for the whole series.
So they've heard
Okay.
our pleas to have a...
Well, not really. Here's the thing, okay? I wouldn't expect the guy that got his head chopped off and that was like River's assistant or whatever to basically be a major character in Doctor Who for the final season of Stephen Moffat. I would have never predicted that in a million years, and I honestly don't think even Moffat picked that because he's slightly amazed. Here's the thing: I don't understand. I think we know that Peter Capaldi picked Pearl Mackie, okay, and then Moffat just got to write it. All right, BBC looks like they picked him, which again I'm not saying anything against the actor. Okay, I'm saying it against the character because the character wasn't really memorable for me to say, hey, let's give him like 13 episodes.
He was more of a second-hand character.
He's like a second-hand character. That being said, that people are saying he's very funny in a lot of things. All right, I'm going to take a look at different things he's done. But I would have never predicted this in a million years. I really don't know where they're going with this. What do you have to say, Joe?
I think this is horrible.
Right.
I honestly didn't like him in the River Song thing, and I don't even like Bill or whatever her name is.
Right. So
I'm not looking forward to this at all.
Scott?
Let me see the first couple episodes, and then I can say yay or nay to him.
Chris?
Well, here's my thing. I didn't know. I knew that he was coming back when you told me, obviously. I didn't know he was playing the same character.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Now I'm really confused.
Okay, then...
It's like Moffat screaming in a whole auditorium with like a million fans. And he's like, guess what? Nardle's back in Series 10. And people are like, who the hell is Nardle? Hold up. Is Nardle. Oh, the guy that just was not interesting. That character that you made that just was not interesting or appealing for us to remember his name. Oh, that guy. Which, nothing against the actor, but Moffat, tends to write people the wrong way, and he didn't really do a great job with Maisie Williams, and whoever was writing for Maisie Williams didn't really do a great job. And no, sorry, I really don't give a crap about that character.
So who's going to be sewing his head back onto his body then if he's playing the same character, or is this going to be, or is he going to be somebody? Is this going to take place before he gets a Marie Antoinette haircut?
Oh, it's not before; it's after. But here's the thing, right? Did the BBC decide that Doctor Who is too dark? That they need to make it super light and comedy?
Because he's a big comedy act over there, so...
And she's going to be cracking jokes, like, constantly.
Yeah.
Especially with the Daleks. And...
Well, that's another thing, and correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe I am. But he's got a new companion in Pearl Mackey's character.
Right.
Wouldn't the smart thing have been to let us get to know her first before introducing a whole nother companion?
Common sense dictates, yeah.
Okay, see, I'm glad it's not just me. Like,
no, that's like the first appearance of Rose being overshadowed by another companion. Like, they just ruined her entrance.
Mickey.
Yeah, but like becoming in the TARDIS with her. Like they did with Girl in the Fireplace, which she really didn't have a big thing to do because she was in love with Madame de Pompadour. So, I mean, again, I'm not really excited about this, and I'm excited about Missy coming back.
They could have brought this dude in, like, maybe during Mackey's third episode, fourth episode.
Right.
Not like, oh, here, we're gonna steal some of your thunder.
Do you think that they're gonna have him just be a head?
Well,
like Handles?
Did they think, hey, let's do an extended Handles version? I mean, I don't know, Joe. I mean, what the hell? Why don't you bring Moldovar back then? Dorian Moldovar. Then. Why this guy? Again, nothing against the actor. It's just, if Moffat's gonna bring this guy in, make him a new character.
Yep.
This guy's from the 51st century. Now, how is he gonna travel in time to meet the Doctor? That's stupid.
Probably the same way the Sisterhood got to Gallifrey. They used the special tech.
They'll probably end it like this, like him leaving River on the whatever it was called, Twin.
And taking Nardole with him.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Something stupid like that, because that's what they're doing.
You want to know why? Because the Christmas special is happening this year. Supposedly, it's a goodbye to Captain Jack. Supposedly, and Nardole's not in it either. So
this makes no sense.
You're gonna have a Christmas special. So then, why would he go back if he left River already to get Nardole? That's just.
I don't know.
If he was going straight through from Husbands of River Song into Nardole appearing in the next episode, that'd be different. But that's not happening that way. So, no sense.
Well, at some point, he's gonna have to go back to that robot and somehow reverse that or something.
Yeah.
Well,
that red robot.
If he's going to reattach his head to his body, why don't they do that with Dorian Moldovar then?
Because it's in the past.
That's just...
Unless he's literally in that robot suit the whole time.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of.
The whole time?
But that sounds expensive.
Yes.
Like, that suit... And what is he going to do? Is he going to lug that around every episode? So they're obviously not going to do that.
And he's got River Song's other assistant inside there, too, so...
Let me ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
Besides Captain Jack, right, Christmas time, are they doing the Clara thing for Christmas? Because if he's going to have this thing with Clara up here, Jenna Louise Coleman, isn't it going to be kind of screwed up if Bill and Nardole in the friggin' background?
Maybe Clara's the one who saves him.
Saves who?
Nardole.
Why would she? How would she even know who the hell he is?
Just one more thing she did.
Oh, God. Oh, by the way, I left you a present.
Sounds like something Moffat would do.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Again.
I love it when Michelle Gomez is like, oh, what if I kidnap the Ponds? That'd be... How fantastic would that be? Why can't we ever have something cool like that? And then we heard John Pertwee's son was so busy filming, they asked him to come back. Who the hell knew that? But what was he going to play? The third Doctor he was going to play?
I hope so.
I mean, you wouldn't make it play anybody else, right?
Didn't he say that he didn't want to do it?
I think, well, there's conflicting reports now, because it's like...
Because I remember reading that he didn't want to be in his father's shadow, and I was like, okay, I guess.
I mean, he was in the Five Doctor-ish thing. But I don't know. I mean, I would like to see him as playing that.
Not Carnival of Monsters, was in Curse of Peladon. He played King Peladon, and so unless he's playing somebody on the line,
they're going to move the third Doctor back. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, now I don't know what the hell they're doing. But I don't even know what Moffat's doing for this season. This looks like kind of weird. This whole season, it's not like appealing to me. It's not like, oh man, I can't wait for Series 10. No, it's like, oh, Nardal's coming. All right.
So they're making it lighthearted, so like just people.
It's like you're waiting for Christmas and you think you can get a PS4, and you got pink socks underneath the tree. That's what I take. That's my take on it.
That or a tie.
Or an ugly sweater. This is like the equivalent of, like, I don't see everybody's like, Nardal, yeah. It's like, okay. I'm sorry. I gotta call it like I see it.
I'm waiting for these Doctor Who sites to put out the 10 good reasons why having Nardal back would be great.
Yeah, I didn't see one Doctor Who thing about everybody's like, oh, Nardal's the greatest thing ever, the Nardal fan club.
Nardal's 10 best moments in the Christmas.
I didn't see any of that. So just putting it out there for you, right?
Why Nardal can save Series 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Why Nardal will increase the ratings.
Even the guy that died, that was like in the past, that guy would have been a cool companion.
Yeah.
They killed him off, though. That was stupid. It's like
the list of people who would be cool companions is like endless, and I can tell you right now, this guy's name is not even close.
No. It's an earwig at best.
It's like, oh, we need to save money, and we want to bounce off Bill and whatever with somebody else. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, yes, we wanted multiple companions, but not this.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, by the way, Moffat spoke out about Bill. He's like, yeah, I know that, the rumor around is that she's from the 80s. Now, I know we were the ones that were saying she's probably from the 80s. And then everybody started saying the same thing. She's not from the 80s. She's present day.
Oh, God.
Well, there goes the creative aspect of her character.
There you go.
Out the window with Nardal's body.
Here, granted, I understand them using current day so people can better relate to the Doctor.
2017 current day, yeah.
But, I mean, I'm sorry, this current companion, crap is getting old and tiresome. By having somebody from the past, you bring in fresh eyes, you bring a fresh outlook, and people from the past will be able to go, oh, I thought we were supposed to have flying cars now instead of hoverboards. Come on,
yeah, that's right.
let's get some people from either decades before the series began or centuries before the series began. Because at least the original series, we had Jamie, and we had also Victoria.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things I'm growing so tired of Doctor Who.
Well, we did have Cleopatra from Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, or whoever.
Well, no, Queen Nefertiti.
Yeah,
Queen
Nefertiti.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Queen
companion.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad.
She's like the let's see, Sarah Kingdom in a sense. You had her for like 1-2 episodes. She bit the dust. But we need companions who are actually decades before the series returned to bring some.
I want that cowboy back. Cowboy guy to come back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, even him.
The big game hunter guy.
Yeah.
He was cool.
From Dinosaur on a Spaceship. Yeah.
He's on Sherlock. He's the chief inspector guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would be great. He would be great, or anybody, even if they would have Craig for an episode or something.
I want him
Yes,
back.
please,
Oh no,
come
he
back.
can't be with the 12th episode Doctor though. He can't be with him.
I know it has to be a mess with.
Yeah.
So, but this is gonna be so weird with Clara and Bill and Narl. Okay.
Every time I hear that name, I keep thinking he's from the first heavy metal movie.
What else do we have to talk about Doctor Who? Oh yes, you have the other article about Class, right?
Yep.
Oh
Oh.
god.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doctor Who spin-off Class creator Patrick Ness has revealed that his series will include at least, well, I almost said at least, a lead LGBTQ character. I said that slowly because I usually mix that up, but in response to this past weekend's horrific Orlando shooting. Now, I need to stop right here.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's not a good reason to put somebody in a show.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, here's the thing, okay? It was the worst thing that ever happened. These poor people died because of some lunatic, okay?
Yeah.
And everybody's like, just
You know,
don't try to use this to boost your political campaign, or don't use this to boost your show, or something. This is like bad form.
Yes.
First of all, nobody, like, you want people to know Class by mentioning this thing, and by the way, because of this, I'm gonna. So go ahead, continue, Chris, because I'm against this. But go ahead. I'm against the fact that they're using the tragedy to promote the show.
Well, this is the rest of the article. It says a day after a shooter killed 50 at an Orlando nightclub, Ness shared the news, on Twitter, with the community. It will indeed be represented in this upcoming sci-fi show. Patrick Ness's tweet reads, and this is a direct quote: "Been asked if Class will have an LGBT representation in it. Will a lead character with a boyfriend who he kisses, sleeps with, and loves do?" And then his next tweet was, "We were keeping that a secret, but today that secret doesn't seem very important. #love wins."
First of all, love wins, what do you mean? Because one, that's the Rocky slogan from the play. And secondly, love wins, what do you mean? Like, this is supposed to be a show about students that have to deal with alien threats.
Mm-hmm.
When did it become a soap opera? And when did it become a Queer as Folk ripoff of Russell T. Davis's stuff? When did that happen? Because I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to be a family show, right? And it's supposed to be kids could watch it, and it's supposed to be with Doctor Who spinoff. I didn't think it was going to become a Torchwood, like, rated R thing, right?
It's supposed to replace Sarah Jane Adventures, like you said.
Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it was supposed to be. So if he's happy that, like, he's making a big thing, this is great. I'm watching it for the aliens and whatever. I'm not watching for soap opera.
Now, if they want to, granted, if they want to hint upon two of the characters or one of the characters being gay, fine.
Nothing's wrong with that. They have gay characters in everything.
I know that's going to how it sounds, but like you said, this is supposed to be a kids show or a family show, and it's gonna turn people off.
Like, what is the reasoning behind Class? Was Class created because Doctor Who wasn't ready and you wanted to give jobs to everybody? So they said, all right, Patrick, do the spin-off, but it's not really a spin-off, it's just going to give some people work. And they're like, all right, by the way, so nobody's unemployed. So, but this is supposed to be Doctor Who, right? I mean, the concept of the show is sci-fi, right? And Class and young adults, that's his thing. They call it young adults. So, when did it become something else, like General Hospital or something? Or like something totally... This is not a soap opera or EastEnders or anything, right? What is this about? I thought that's what it is. I thought the trickster is the villain. I thought the Doctor's supposed to appear. There's a threat from time and space and beyond time and space. So why is that the focus? I go, by the way, this happens. The guy kisses this one, hugs him. I don't understand that. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's not about sci-fi. I mean, what is it about? Chris, Scott. I mean, somebody tell me.
Well, I agree with what Scott said. I don't care that if it's a new character, I don't, or an old character who was, created to be a homosexual character. I don't care. Fine. The whole cast could be homosexual for
I mean,
all
he makes it like this is the first time ever a character appeared in a show.
Well, no, but what I'm saying though is like, how publicized is this going to be in the show? Like,
it's going to overshadow everything else.
Right, like I don't even want to see a heterosexual couple in this show. I just want it to be can it be a sci-fi show? Why does everything have to have a love story in it now? I remember that there were things that they didn't have to have a love story, and they were still good. Now it's like you can't escape any of this stuff because they're like, oh, well, we should do that because that's the cool thing to do now. Like, I don't understand why. Like, what is the
Fear the Walking Dead? Fear the Walking Dead, the guy was gay or whatever he is, bisexual. They made a big thing about that. True Blood, everything.
Yeah, but they handled that really well on the show, though. See, it wasn't a main point. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Aaron's a great character in my opinion.
Right.
But and that's the thing is because that.
Well, I was talking about Strands in Fear.
Oh well, that they didn't handle as well. But
right.
that show doesn't handle anything really well. But like I'm talking about the Walking Dead. It was like. Okay, I don't think of him as a gay character. I think of him as a character, and I think that's the thing that's being missed. Is that it's not a special type of character. They're just another character.
He just happened to be gay.
Yeah, it's not like they should be put up.
Too. That person happens to be gay, but let's not like here. So
thank you. Yes.
I mean, yes,
I agree, Scott.
Why?
But don't.
He's saying love wins. Why? Because the guy killed people, and this will not like these people.
No, because that's the slogan that they came up with when they not slogan. That's the hashtag that they made when the Supreme Court said that gay marriage was acceptable.
Oh, but that slogan was around before that, though.
I know that, but that's what they're. See, he brought it back. I guess I don't know.
All right, whatever. I mean, I don't know if. I mean, I thought it was a spin-off of Doctor Who. I don't know what it's becoming. I don't know if I'm going to be able. I don't know if.
Like a spin-off of Torchwood.
I want to see Aliens. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's replacing Doctor Who for the time slot for September, right? Saturday nights, I guess. I guess. All right. Well.
Is there even any news that it's even coming to BBC America?
It is, I guess.
I haven't even seen anything. I've seen BBC and BBC Two or something like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're halfway in filming, right? I mean, I don't know. Okay. Great job, Patrick. That's all right. Yeah. So, besides that, another thing I wanted to talk about too. Where is the surprise? Like people make an announcement. Oh, we're gonna let you know now. Moffat's final episode is a Christmas special for next year. No crap. Like, he's writing that episode. We know that. So how is that a surprise? How is that a surprise if they announced it like really? You don't know that that's his last episode in 2017 Christmas? Where Capaldi supposedly regenerates if he doesn't stay. Nobody knows that's a surprise to anybody? I don't think so.
Well, I didn't know that.
What?
I didn't know that he was leaving next Christmas. I thought he was leaving at the end of season 10.
No. I'm not talking about that, Joe. We don't know if he's leaving Capaldi, but I'm saying that Moffat lasts his Christmas. The next Christmas. Like, in other words, he's going to do a whole series 10, and then he's doing Christmas. So that was known. Like, that was public knowledge for a while, but they're going out and making like it's a new article. Like, oh my God. That's not news.
Can you just leave already?
Just in. Sun will rise from the...
And it's not official that Capaldi's leaving either. I haven't seen any article that's he is definitely leaving. So
Moffat should cast himself in the Christmas special as the villain and call himself like the consistency criminal.
I'm telling you, watch. He will. You watch. He will. He might be a villain. He might do it.
I could just see him coming out and being like, "Oh, you liked the show a certain way where things were coherent? Fuck you!" Like, part of my language.
I am the main Time Lord before Omega, and whatever I do with this pen, this is the timeline. It's like, oh no, that's like that.
He is the Moth.
The Moth.
The
Yeah.
Moth.
Oh my god.
You should be getting shot by a Dalek. Like just
I'm
The
so
Grand
mad.
Inquisitor.
About whatever it was called, Time of the Doctor or Day of the Doctor or whatever, where he walked into his own timeline. I'm still mad about that. How do you get out of that? And then the next episode you're
oh
like,
yeah,
hey,
the
how you
name
doing?
of the Doctor.
Yeah, the name of the Doctor.
Right, he just oh, we gotta get out of here before. There's like, oh, okay, we're stuck in here forever. It's like,
Well,
the
he
next
was with
episode he's like, hey
Super
Clara, how
Clara.
you doing?
it's the Clara.
Super Clara. Any plot holes in the show, even from the classic series, Clara fixed them.
Right.
Oh my god.
Her and her
Right.
diner that
It's
flies.
like I know if you look at the
Hate
Weeping
Moffat.
Angel, they can't move. But then everybody in New York City is staring at the Statue of Liberty Weeping Angel, and it's moving around. That just blows my mind. Like, he created the rules, mind you. And now it's like, yeah, well, yeah.
Everybody was sleeping apparently.
Let me
Yeah,
ask, like,
apparently.
there are people that go in the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
What about them? Does that
Yeah.
not count? Like, what, like, if you're inside a Weeping Angel, are you not technically looking at a Weeping Angel?
I still don't understand why he left a Weeping Angel in New York City. To just mess with everybody.
Well, no, you know what happened
If
after
you were
he
inside
left?
of it,
He
wouldn't you get
left
sent
for the
back?
Ghostbusters to deal with.
After he left, Clara went there with a chisel and she destroyed it.
Probably. That would be good. At least if they would do something like that, they would show, you know.
Or Shilda sent the Raven after it.
I'm telling you, that's going to be the episode. Death to all ravens. You're going to see, like, all the ravens died. It's like, because Clara's, like, killing them. Want to make sure this time. No.
Yeah, they're all falling and hitting the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the purpose of that? You had Kate Stewart talking about, did you feed the ravens, the robot ravens? Was that like a foreshadowing of what was to come?
I just thought that was a stupid line.
Mm.
Like, why do you need robot ravens? Is somebody going to look over there and be like, you know, there's not enough ravens over there. That must be suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, what?
I just don't understand how many endings could you have to Clara? But she's back now for what? Like, what are you gonna do now? I'm telling you, he has to make sure the timeline's set. So her and Danny Pink have a kid, so it's like makes sense. But she's probably gonna get hurt where she's gonna be in a wheelchair or something, and she can't run around. That's gonna probably do something like that. I don't know, but still, maybe they're gonna give that to you for Christmas next year.
You
Or
think
maybe
Moffat's
this
going to give you what you want?
No.
He never gives you what you want. It's like you don't even know. He don't even know what he wants.
I vote for Moffat to be Mojo in the Marvel universe.
I'm telling you, he was pissed at Jenna Louise Coleman subconsciously, and he put it in the writing that she calls her boyfriend, she's the reason why he dies. And then the mistake in Face the Race, all this stuff. It's like, oh man, he must have really been pissed off at her. It's like, and you probably don't really realize
Yeah,
it's
you're
afterwards.
supposed to leave this past season, and you decide to hang out. So now I've got to do all this damn
You
rewrite.
make it like she's the greatest companion ever, and then you show how she makes a million mistakes. She not only, like, bothers her boyfriend, and then he dies because she's on the phone with him, right? But then she throws the keys in the lava. She's like, F you to the doctor. And it's like, oh, okay. And then it's like, she screws up with the Raven thing. So now she was at a convention, and she says, yeah, by the way, they don't know how to translate Gallifreyan, so they're really in big trouble. Oh, thanks. So now we know he has to save her or something. That's another paradox. I don't even know what the hell is a diner to do with that? That makes no sense either.
And
She wouldn't
why
even know
that
that.
diner specifically?
She
Like, what
wouldn't
is
even know that.
Yeah, what is it with that diner?
And it's not the same diner, because the diner's on the other side of the thing, they said.
Maybe it's the diner from Alice.
And Maisie Williams said, because she got so many fans ripping her to shreds, she's like, I've never come back to Doctor Who ever. Because of what Moffat did. They ruined that character.
Yeah. They could have done it in a real intelligent way, but they decided to just screw her up. And
She is fantastic as Arya Stark. Effing amazing. But Ashilda is the worst character for Doctor Who. It's because Captain Jack is busy. I mean, seriously. That's what it was. And now he's getting Captain Jack. Well, how does that make sense now? Now you're allowed to use him now, but you couldn't use him before.
Hey, that foreshadowing. Remember when he told her that she would meet Captain Jack? There you go, Christmas. Open your presents, people.
Yeah. So now Missy's going to be in the season or the Christmas special. We don't know.
Oh God.
I know they would. She really wants to be with Captain Jack, so she may appear at Christmas.
Oh.
You mean Missy with her army of regenerating Daleks?
Yeah. That makes no sense either. If they don't say anything about the Daleks, that's not gonna make sense either. I believe the whole point was that she copied the way he got out of that situation and used the energy to teleport. I think that's it. But then again, we don't know.
Well, here's kind of how the events will probably go, if I'm thinking of it correctly. We'll get the Christmas special. It'll make absolutely no sense. We'll come on here and complain about it because that's what we do. Because we have to call these things out.
Right.
And then Moffat will get asked questions by fans who are confused.
Right. And then he'll get pissed off.
He'll make some sort of BS answer. Well, simultaneously, every Doctor Who website will go, why this is the greatest Christmas special of all time. And then after he makes his statement that clears up nothing, those sites will then report again, see, we were right. And then we'll come back on here and be like, we still don't get it.
See, I don't know what's worse, when he creates a villain or when Gatiss creates a villain. Gatiss is like, oh my God, the stuff in your eye, that's a villain, right? So what do you do next? You say the poop that you put in the toilet is a family, and they're in an alternate universe where your waste is a whole population of a world? It's like stupid. That's just stupid. The crust in your eye, the Gatiss in your eye. That's and he's forcing him, right? Pushing him to do a sequel to the worst, the Love and Monsters of the Moffat era, which is Gatiss's episode, I say, right? He's telling him to do one so we can have face and make it like the greatest episode ever. But we're supposed to have an Ice Warriors redesign. Who the hell wants to see Sleep No More 2? Not me.
No. I want to see Ice Warriors. I want to see Draconians. I want to see some villain other than Daleks and Cybermen.
Moffat's talking crap. He's like, Madame Corvarian's going to appear again on my watch, and I'm going to answer who was the voice in the TARDIS. Where is that? Where is that? We didn't get it yet. Where is that? Because he wanted to show that Amy didn't kill Madame Corvarian, she's alive. Because, whatever.
Baloney.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Not only that, it's going to be Sleep No More 2 with Nardole.
Yeah. Yeah. How great is that?
Nardle's the one sleeping.
Unbelievable.
Somebody's sleeping during the...
Unbelievable. And another thing, too, these people are not going to stay with Chibnall. Chibnall's having his own people. They're not going to stay. You're going to whole new companions, everything. Whole new TARDIS, whole new sonic screwdriver, whole new all that. It's going to be like a reboot almost with Chibnall. So don't get used to the TARDIS because it's going to go. It's all going to go.
Good.
Yeah. And Chibnall is going to have a nice, like almost like a war room where everybody's going to throw ideas. He's not going to say, hey, you're going to write about they shrunk down and went a Dalek, and you're going to write about Robin Hood. No, they're going to be able to do what they want to do, obviously, the writers. They're not going to be told what to write, supposedly.
Oh, did he say that?
Supposedly, they're going to be able to just, hey, I want to do this. Okay, maybe not.
And he may throw his 2 cents on how they could do it, but he's not going to have this. This is how it's going to turn out.
Well, I do got to say, Moffat saved that Zygon thing because that thing was dying. That first part was terrible.
Oh God!
And then he had to jump in there and fix it, and it was better. It was great. So you have the worst episode, one of the worst episodes, and you have one of the greatest episodes. It's like
I thought the second one kind of sucked, except for the speech, and that's it.
Yeah. Well. And then the whole purpose, they spent how much money on the Fisher King, and they kill him off in like 5 seconds.
He would have been a better companion.
That was the greatest line of the Time Lord lied. Yeah.
Boy, there's a shock.
Could we have? And I have to say this for the next Doctor that they have, right? Could you please not make a whole season story about him worrying about dying?
Mm-hmm.
Please, could we do that? I mean, David Tennant, 4 knocks, I'm gonna die. Matt Smith a couple times, Lake Silencio, and then I'm gonna die, and then no more regenerations. It's like, could we just stop and do something different than, oh my God, this is a foreshadowing, this is a prediction, I'm gonna die. It's a repeat every single time we have a Doctor. Let's not do that.
What's it gonna be in Series 10?
I don't even know. Is it even gonna be a overwhelming plot?
Season 9 was like, am I a good man? Am I any? It's like, what? Shut your mouth.
No, but Season 9 was also the hybrid, right? River Song's a hybrid genius. You could have made her the threat to Gallifrey.
Stupid.
Osgood's a hybrid. Everybody and their mother is a hybrid. Everybody. Is the Doctor half human? I don't know. See, but the whole point with that is, if he got a human device to erase the memory and it worked on him, it shouldn't completely work on him because he's half Time Lord. If he was half human, I'm saying. So he should be able to get his memories back because it didn't work properly because he's not fully human. But I don't even believe that either. It shouldn't have worked on him if he's got a human part. That was another thing. Then he is half human. He just proved it.
In the Cyberman episode that he wasn't even half.
Right. It's like Moffat is contradicting everything that Neil Gaiman was doing. It's ridiculous. He had regenerations in Nightmare on Silver. Said it. Even when he was dying in Let's Kill Hitler, the TARDIS said, you know, it's been deactivated, but you still have regenerations. So he had to be the one to make it like he had to solve that problem, but you know he screwed up because.
Listen, we're going to be talking about that plot hole forever. I've just pretty much forgotten about it because it's like at this point it doesn't mean anything, and it's like whatever. Just do what you got to do. But I agree. Enough with the oh no. Is the Doctor gonna die? How's he gonna get out of this one? And then at the end, it's like, wait, what did he do? And then
he not only regenerated the General into a female, but an African American female. Is that supposed to be like a joke because of the is the Doctor gonna be black? Is the Doctor gonna be a woman? Oh, now you got both. So
wasn't that something that only happened like every now and then?
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
They say that like, yes. It's rare.
It only happened once to the Corsair. Once.
No,
and
not
then
anymore.
The Misty was the second one, and now all of a sudden this is like a third one. So, but then again, you know, I don't know.
The Misty one, I'm saying, is a fluke.
I think he just became a woman just to screw up the Doctor. That's all for the whole, because he's crazy.
Yeah.
Just to mess with him. That makes sense to me. You know, but again, if Missy's going to be with Captain Jack. The Master killed Captain Jack every day. I mean, don't forget that. From like, you know, Silent Drums, Legends of Time Lords, he killed them every day a new way. So I don't really think that Captain Jack's gonna be happy to see the Master at all. If you remember dying 365 times, sometimes he killed him twice in a day. I mean, it's seriously. So you shouldn't be like cool about it. I know they want to bounce jokes off each other, but he shouldn't be cool about it.
Boy, how pissed is everyone going to be if Jack isn't in this Christmas special?
Oh, God. I'll be furious.
If they're like, no.
It's Clara.
Right.
I told you, if it's not Captain Jack, the whole thing's going to be with Clara then.
Yeah.
Totally.
Maybe Clara and a shield have picked him up, and that's how he gets reintroduced.
Oh, God. Can we just say, she just dies a Shilda, and it's like, all right, she's with the TARDIS, Clara? I mean, if she gets a head chopped off, she's over. Like a vampire, right? You're not going to come back from that.
Yeah, because they said even if he gets his head cut off, that's one thing that wouldn't allow him to
come to face a bow. Because he's an alien, though. She's not an alien. She's a human.
Oh, Clara would fix her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a trusty little sewing needle in there.
And now, can't Davros walk? he healed his legs. He regenerated, right? Why can't he walk?
He also changed time when he saved him as a child. That didn't lead to anything.
That's another thing too. Yeah. So he should be able to walk around because he's a lot younger. He shouldn't be blind anymore either because he regenerated. Unless, what are you saying, that he got younger but he didn't regenerate? That makes no sense. The whole process of regeneration is, oh, I got new teeth, I got new eyes, I got new whatever. You regenerate. So he should be able to walk, and he should be able to see, should be blind, and everything should be fixed, really.
So wait, if the Daleks show mercy, like, shouldn't Stolen Earth never happen?
Yeah.
Well, no. In Waters of Mars, they showed mercy. Because they didn't kill...
for, like, one person, but I mean,
and
like...
they knew the name Mercy because the Dalek asked River in the Big Bang, Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but because Moff...
Now they knew the word because they're trying to make it like, oh, yeah, it was because of that. That's why they know the word Mercy. So meanwhile, it's been there all along.
I gotta say, those first 2 episodes of the season were really good, but then, like, when you really start to think about it...
the rest of the season is just bad.
Well, no, I mean, I like those first 2 episodes. But, like, when you really start to think about them, it's like, they didn't go anywhere. So what's the point?
I hated these Shield episodes.
Oh, those were horrible.
I hated the whole season except for the first 2.
It was like, oh, I don't remember anything. Oh my God, here we go. No. I
gotta tell you, at the end of that episode when they did the whole, oh, I know why I chose this face thing, I almost shut it off. I was like, pissed. Are you kidding me? That's why?
You know you save people. You don't need to remind yourself that you save people. That's a stupid... I think he forgot what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, shit, let me just do it.
That's like Spider-Man looking at his mask and being like, I'm Spider-Man. Yeah. And?
Right.
Like, what? Oh, my TARDIS. I time travel.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
It was
great.
It was the biggest waste of a thing ever.
It was.
He
Well, they had
always...
the
Like they were running out of ideas. They had to do a quickie ending. So let's just write this garbage down and send it out.
But the whole point is he doesn't have control. He can't control regeneration. That was the whole point, that for some reason he's not good at it. So now you're saying he could choose faces now? That's terrible. And Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, didn't want to be old. So that's a paradox in itself. He's like, I don't want to be old. So why would he make himself old if he doesn't want to be old? That's another thing that bothered me. Vastra's like she knows what the hell is talking about. She knows the reason. Yeah, okay.
And if the Doctor can control his regenerations now, let's say hypothetically he can, then, like, the 12th Doctor shouldn't get sick when he regenerates.
Right.
Because...
And he could be young all the time if you want.
The General didn't get sick. He regenerated and he was like, oh, I'm a woman now. Oh, okay. He wasn't like, oh, who am I? Pass out.
If he's half human, he's going to get sick.
Oh, great.
That's the whole point. Probably that's why he gets sick, is because he's half human. Because he shouldn't really handle... But here's another thing, right? If River is half human, she don't get sick.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, so there you go. You can't do that shit. And a Time Lord consciousness with River Song, she don't explode like Donna.
Yeah.
So there you go, that too.
Or have her brain start to melt like with Rose.
Explain that. They still didn't. First of all, they originally said with regenerations that the reason why they have 2 hearts is because to manage the regeneration. Because if you have 1 heart, you can't regenerate because it would just blow up or whatever the hell it would be, right? So you shouldn't be able to regenerate with 1 heart. She has to have 2 hearts, River.
The 11th Doctor only had 1 heart for like 5 minutes, and the Power of 3 or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but he wasn't regenerating. But he wasn't regenerating.
No, I know. I'm just saying he had
and in
the
Shakespeare code, David Tennant only had 1 heart because the witch like
Shut it down.
shut down his other heart. Yeah.
Stabbed it. Whatever
So-
it was.
Yeah.
But
Listen, I know that this show is complicated. I know it's got over 700 episodes and stuff, so you're bound to make continuity errors and mistakes. I'm not
but
saying
try
that.
not to make errors. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That's-
But there's a specific type of producer that is supposed to be there to make sure that this doesn't happen.
right.
And I don't know what they do. Like, I don't know if they look at these things and they, the idea is you have these people around you so that if you start going off the rail, they could
The guy
be
just
like,
doesn't
wait,
show
come
up,
back.
and he's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, wait, come back. Here's the story. You can't do this because of this. And somebody who knows what they're doing, and I'm not saying Moffat doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm saying someone who understands what they're doing would be like, oh, yeah, I can't do that because of this. Let's explain it.
Well, that's why Russell T. Davis, Moffat's episodes were the greatest when it was under Russell T. Davis, because he's like, no,
Right.
you can't do that. You got to do this.
yeah.
And he was a boss to Moffat. Moffat, everybody's afraid to tell him no. They're like, oh, yeah, okay. Wait a second.
It's
And
like,
we're not trying to insult Moffat. We're just saying,
but
you know,
I think his
it's
ego
like
is
Lucas in the Star Wars prequels.
yeah.
like he's telling they should be able to write what they want to write. Like I don't know why he interfered with Neil Gaiman's script, because the Nightmare on Sofa was definitely no doctor's wife, and even he knows it. Because first of all, if your companion died in Earthshock, you don't let children sleep next to a Cyberman. I'm just saying. Okay, that's why you need a producer to remind him. Oh, by the way, we really can't do that because, remember you lost your companion, Cyberman? Yeah, you gonna remember that? You're gonna trust the kids? You're gonna be worried about their safety, right? That should have been a kiddie episode. The kid shouldn't even have been in the episode. That was all over the place. That episode.
I
I
love
only
that
like the
episode.
doctor fighting the other doctor. That's why I love that episode.
Well, that's what got him the job. They said it. Terminator Genesis. That's why they hired him, because they liked that episode.
That's my favorite episode just because of like I was so into that. But I mean, again, we said this before.
I like that part too. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole thing, but again, that's the one episode that I always think of whenever I watch The Time of the Doctor. I'm always like, how could you lie to something that's in your brain?
Right.
Like, you can't be like, you're in my mind. I have
Okay.
regenerations. The thing would have been like,
No,
why are
you
you
don't.
lying to me?
Yeah, no, you don't.
The only thing I can think of is that information was in the part of the brain that neither of them had access to.
No.
But that seems really convenient to me. And the doctor even said, I'm giving you access on knowledge to Time Lord regeneration.
You want to know evidence that he definitely had a regeneration left? I'll give you the perfect example. Ready? Angels Take Manhattan. He used up a little regeneration energy and he says, "Oh, at some point in time, I'll lose a leg or whatever it was, right? Or something stupid."
Mm-hmm.
It was a regeneration. He used some of it to heal her hand.
That's
Some
why she
of
got pissed at him.
Right, but that was in other words, River said when she regenerated, "Oh, I'll save some regeneration energy to take the age down a little bit," which would make sense because that's why she looks younger in Silence in the Library, because she used a little bit of regeneration energy left. She saved some just to make her age look younger. So, he should have a whole regeneration. That whole War Doctor thing screwed everything up.
Maybe he forgot about it.
Oh, God.
Maybe he
Yeah, but
forgot about it.
What did he use? Like 500 regenerations? Oh wait, could he even regenerate now? Did he use up 500 regenerations in The Witch is Familiar?
I don't even know
Daleks
how
did
many
he
they gave
regenerate?
him though.
First of
Just
all,
give him infinite.
why can't Clara regenerate if she absorbs some of the regeneration energy as a Dalek? She should be able to regenerate.
That's what I thought they were gonna do in the Face the Raven. I thought that the doctor was gonna teleport, and then you were gonna see the golden light through the window, and they were gonna be like, "What?" And then that was gonna be the thing.
Maybe that's at Christmas. You see, all of a sudden, you never
Could
saw
be.
what happened in the room, and she's walking out. The tattoo is gone from her neck, and she regenerated. But she don't change form. She keeps the same form.
I guess. Kind of like the
If
Doctor's
she's in
daughter
the
did, I
Christmas
guess.
special.
Like the Doctor's daughter, yeah.
Because she's supposed to have had 2 hearts as well.
Yeah, are we ever gonna see her again? By the way, like, is that just forgotten too?
I don't even know what he's doing. There's a reason he saved her, but maybe it'll be Christmas, but then I don't know.
She's always the first thing, like when someone new is introduced and nobody knows who it is, they're always like, oh, it's the Doctor's daughter. That's the first thing I always see on these Doctor Who sites. Like, oh, it's the Doctor's daughter. And I'm like, when are you going to learn?
See, I don't understand, right? How are you going to explain in the Big Finish thing that River meets the 8th, River meets the 7th, River meets the 6th, right? If that's after. That's supposed to be after the library. Like, yeah. So in other words, she's even remarried, supposedly, to somebody. In the audios.
I guess those aren't canon.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they are canon.
I mean, unless they say so.
All the 8 Doctors, because he didn't have any episodes, all the 8 Doctors audios are supposedly canon.
Well, if she meets the 8th Doctor, then they're gonna have to like wipe his mind at the end of the story or something. That's the only thing that they could
He's
do.
got special lipstick.
Or it'll be like in the 50th anniversary when the Doctor left. They said, "Oh, you're not going to remember this. You can't retain it. Neither will neither will the 10th Doctor." Maybe it'll be like that.
Well, first of all, technically you could do another River Song episode because she said on her birthday there was 2 Doctors.
Yeah.
That never happened.
Well, I always said if they want to keep River Song around, but Alex Kingston doesn't want to do it, find a way to get her regenerations and just have her regenerate into another actress.
Well, they could do that too, yeah.
I mean, I don't see. I mean, I know there's going to be people that are like, no, only Alex Kingston. But if you get a really good actress to play her,
Right.
that'd be great. And no, I don't want to see her regenerate into a man.
No.
That'd be stupid.
I mean, they already
No.
had another actress play River Song.
Yes, I know what you're saying, yeah.
Whatever her name was.
And she was good. I liked her.
Mel.
So like,
Yeah.
they could easily do that. They could come up with a way. Maybe Capaldi gives her one of his regenerations or something. He's like, hey, you gave me yours. Here's one back or something.
We already gave her some energy.
No, I mean a whole. Like she's
Oh,
dying,
wow.
and he's like, here. And then.
I mean, are you gonna? Could you explain like how many? Why is he like a Walmart of regenerations? That he just gave a whole $1 million like regeneration energy?
The only other idea is they're back on Gallifrey, and they use the whole regeneration thing there.
You know what I say? I say that the Clara that's a Time Lord was the one that chose how many regenerations he has, because the Clara that told him what TARDIS to chose was not a human, by the way. She was a Time Lord. There's no humans on Gallifrey, especially around TARDIS.
Yeah, 'cause the whole notion is unless they're temporally aware, they're not allowed on Gallifrey.
Right, exactly. So
You want to know? You want to know what would set people off? I just thought of this. It's not going to happen, but I could just imagine what would happen, right? Okay, so we know that Clara and Ashilda have a TARDIS right now, right?
mhm.
How sick and how enraged would people be if somehow that was the TARDIS she told the Doctor to take, and she just wound up on Gallifrey with it and turned it back into its like original non-disguised form?
Oh,
And she's like,
God.
that's the one you should
Wrecked
take.
it. Same one.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
She's the
somehow,
one that she broke the navigation.
like at the end of her journey, the TARDIS that's a diner right now, she disables the chameleon circuit, right? And it turns back into its like gray trash can form. And that Clara is the Clara that's traveling around with the Shielda, and she's like, "Oh, you should pick that one."
Yeah, she
And
broke.
it turns out she's the one who had that TARDIS.
Oh,
Probably you just gave him off an idea. She probably
How
broke the TARDIS.
enraged would people become? I would laugh.
that would be
I'd be
good.
on the
He's
floor.
gonna do it
You'd
now,
have to
watch.
pick me up.
He's
I
gonna
would've
do
done
it. He's gonna do it now. Watch.
Like I can see it. Like she crash lands, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm a Gallifreyan," and they're like, "Okay," because it worked with the it worked with the Cybermen. So yeah, I'm a Gallifreyan, sure. And then
I-
here, Doctor, this is the one you should pick, not that one. This
I
one.
I still don't understand why they don't have a statue of her in Gallifrey, because she's the one that told them to save Gallifrey. So wouldn't you just give her a monument besides treating him with respect to? Wouldn't you? And by the way, they listened to her to give her regeneration. So to give him regeneration. So why wouldn't they know who the hell Clara is?
Maybe she's the new president of the Time Lords.
Listen, when she says "shut up," I'm talking to him. They're like, "Okay, whatever you say. We're not gonna remember."
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I want to see Omega. Like, I want to see her like talk to him, and he just like smacks her, just like across the room. Like, you know who I am? You know how long I've been on the show?
I've been dying for Omega to come in and just mess up people, and
I
they
don't
can't
know what
even
they're
do it.
waiting for.
They
Like,
can't do it. They can't
I know,
do
because
it.
they're doing that movie. Yeah.
No, because they don't have the damn rights.
I know, and it's because that movie too. They're doing that's the
K-9
key.
movie that we're going to be going to see in the damn theater. That's
I'm not
be
going to see that. You can
it is
forget
gonna
that.
There's going to be
Oh,
Daleks in there.
Nice.
There's going to be Daleks in there, and there's going to be K-9 and Omega.
Wait, the K9 movie that they announced or whatever?
Yeah.
People are gonna get
I
so
totally
confused.
forgot about that.
They're gonna get so confused.
People
They're
have
gonna
no
be like,
effing clue what the hell that is. They don't know. They'll be like,
But
wait,
why
what?
are they doing that? That makes no sense.
I
Like,
have
it's
no. It makes no sense. Like Naruto was coming back. I really don't know. Like, you know.
you know, maybe
I mean, I
Optimus
want
Prime
K9
will
to
be in the
come
movie
back,
too.
but like not his own movies. Like, why?
Because the K9 series, the second K9 series, sucked balls, and the
It's like I don't understand half the things that they do. Like I don't understand why Moffat had to tell everybody. By the way, it wasn't fish fingers and custard. It was the mozzarella stick with mozzarella. Like that's really? Did you have to do that? It's like, you know, I don't know. This news is like, did they really? Because listen, first of all, we could have broke the news that day, and I'm like, oh, I went to bed. I'm like, that's not, it's not like, it's like saying, oh yeah, he's wearing different socks for the episode. I really was like, no, I really going to bed now. I'll talk about it whenever I feel like it.
That's
it's like,
another thing too. Is Capaldi gonna get dressed for this season, or is he gonna come out in his onesie?
Is he going to wear pajamas? Yeah, I know. I mean, and that's the thing.
the
Clara's like,
two
oh,
for-
this is the doctor I know, dressed like this. And I'm like, well, what adventure? Because I didn't see you with him like that. When did he wear that? When did he wear that with you? That you're like, oh, that's the way he dresses. He was in his pajamas the whole damn season. With a hoodie.
Don't you know Clara is clairvoyant?
Yeah.
She can see into the future, and she's like, I like that. He should wear that.
And you to tell me that they had the whole scene, that intimate scene, they're talking to each other, that you're not supposed to hear what they're saying? They didn't say they love each other? He doesn't love her. But, like, he gets jealous of Robin Hood, and he gets jealous of the guy with the bow tie, but he doesn't love her. But because he's older and he doesn't want to be awkward, but he doesn't love her. That he, for 4.5 million years, and trying to, blow up his own people or whatever the hell he's going to do just to save her. He doesn't love her. Okay, whatever you say. That's ridiculous. So, just look, and I said it, I don't care, bring Joe Louise Coleman back, fix the ending, and that's the end of it. That's it. You gotta fix it. You can't leave it off like that stupid diner in space. That's dumb. And then first of all, River Song had to study Gallifreyan on Gallifrey for like how many years? That Clara, you know how to say Gallifreyan? Like you know how to learn it? Like that? That's ridiculous. It's the hardest language to learn, they said.
I mean, she was in the Doctor's like brain for like, or not brain, but time stream for like you don't even know how many years.
Well, I guess sure, that she should know everything, right?
That's how she knows everything.
No, she knows everything because in Bells of St. John, she was she didn't even know how to move a cursor, that when she went into the thing, she took out the intelligence of the great intelligence with her, and she became super smart that way. Well, what would happen if the great intelligence says, I want my stuff back? Then she wouldn't even know how to operate a computer again. Remember that?
Yeah.
She didn't even know how to she was asking him, for computer help. And that was the worst thing too, Chris. Missy's the one that gave her the number. There was no reason for that either.
Well, I said that way back when. I was like, it's got to be Missy who gave her the number. And then I'm like, but why would she give her the number? And then they never explained that either.
And she obviously her eyes are like cameras for an iPad. She's seen all the adventures, so she's just gonna let a raven kill her pawn or whatever she's using Clara for? No.
Well, they could have
Clara's
had
gonna
such
wake up in the Nethersphere. She's gonna
right.
wake
They
up in
could
the
have had
Nethersphere.
such a great story because I was always under the impression that Missy was Missy during the whole time the 11th Doctor was around. She could have said something like, "I've been following you since your last regeneration," or something like that. And then
I say that in the 11th hour, when he blew up that red telephone booth, that was Missy's TARDIS. He screwed the whole thing up, and she was trapped on Earth for a while. They could do that too. Remember that?
That's another thing too. Speaking of blowing up TARDISes, we never got the explanation on how they blew up his TARDIS.
Yeah, and the voice. Because the voice was supposed to be Omega, but I think they found that they couldn't use him. So, like,
something like that. I mean, I mean, there's so many questions. Like, how did they get in there? One. How did they blow up the TARDIS? Two. And what did they use that made it blow up every point in time?
Well, that's not the only thing. What kind of energy did they have to project a Ganger outside the universe so that way Amy Ganger could live outside the universe?
Seriously.
They even said in Girl in the Fireplace, the amount of energy for those time windows. You'd have to use up a whole sun for energy, just like you used up a whole sun to talk to Rose Tyler for 5 minutes. Okay? So what kind of energy did that take that you projected her through another outside universe? You would have to have Omega helping Madame Bavarian to do that. Makes sense. Omega. And Omega used his DNA to make River. Time Lord DNA.
Well, I mean, that makes sense because the Omega symbol is on her birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like when it's on that thing that she's in when she's a baby.
Right. That would
the
make
Omega
sense.
symbol's on there, and I was like, oh, there you go.
That would make sense. That she would technically be, even though she's Amy and Rory's kid, you know, the third parent
Rory
would
is
be
Omega.
Yeah, a surrogate parent.
He's in the antimatter. Well, he's in the antimatter universe because the last time we saw him, and you're gonna be shocked, Joe, the Doctor held the gun and shot him.
Rory is Omega confirmed.
The fifth Doctor is like, screw this, and just shot him. Which is like, you see the 10th Doctor, I don't want to have guns ever, right? He shot him just point blank. Like, screw you, you're done. And it was like, wow. That was the best thing that the 5th Doctor ever did.
Well, I think the Omega explanation is a better explanation than, oh, well, we conceived her while the TARDIS was traveling.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you want to, even if you can't say their name, at least hint upon that. I mean, that would even be more intelligent.
Well, I don't understand how. You have a company like the BBC. They don't have the rights to the Ronnie. They don't have the rights to Omega. What the hell is going on here?
What do you mean they don't have the rights?
They can't put the Ronnie in there because they don't have the rights to the Ronnie. Somebody else has the rights.
Who does?
Just like the guy that has the right to the Daleks. It's like, oh, well, what are we doing here? Because, you know, there was an episode, wasn't it? They had a thing where they says Russell T. Davis got paid, I guess, because they used one of his creations, like, created by Russell T. Davis. So, you know, I mean, the Daleks did appear in the Bugs Bunny thing.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
And they shot Daffy Duck, I think, or something. So they could appear in a movie without Doctor Who. Just whatever. They could do a...
They even appeared in an episode of The Red Dwarf.
They could basically have a movie just with the Daleks and the human race fighting each other. And they wouldn't even have to have the permission from the BBC because Terry Nation, right? So they don't own them. They have a special contract with the Daleks. They got to appear every year, right?
Daleks versus the human race. That's funny.
I mean, that's, you know. They had Marvel created the Dollar Killer, right?
Absalom Doc.
Absalom Doc was the Dollar Killer because the Doctor was best friends with Reed Richards.
Yeah.
And he made the warehouse bigger on the inside and the outside. And Doctor Doom's time machine is from Gallifreyan technology.
What?
That he still has. Yes. The Doctor was in Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
He was friends with the Seventh Doctor. He was friends with... And Benjamin J. Grimm, the Thing, was telling... What's his name? He's like, oh, that's his friend, the Doctor. He's an alien. He's time traveler. He was explaining it to somebody. So technically,
when did this freaking happen?
This happened in the friggin' 87, 88, 89, and the very time machine that Doctor Doom has is Gallifreyan technology.
What the
Yeah, that Marvel doesn't even say anything about, like, you know, oh, by the way, yeah, that's right.
Where is the Doctor Who movie then from Marvel Comics?
That's what I'm saying. Disney should get on that. Disney.
Yo,
First of all, Robert Downey Jr. showed up in an award ceremony with the sonic screwdriver. He's a Doctor Who fan. Who knew that? Same thing like Chris Hemsworth's. Thor is a Doctor Who fan, and so is Loki.
Who isn't?
I know. Well,
I mean,
Is he? I think is even one.
they all want to be in it. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. would love to play the Doctor in the movies.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Would be.
Oh,
I'm just looking forward to Sherlock and Sherlock on the Avengers together.
Which one? Oh, yeah.
I said I'm just looking forward to Sherlock and Sherlock fighting in the Avengers together.
Well, Martin Freeman's in the Doctor Strange movie.
I know.
That's so great. They're going to do something
See,
like...
everything revolves back to Doctor Who.
They're like, what's up, Sherlock? They're like,
Separation, folks.
Yeah. I bet you they use that line, something like that in Doctor Strange.
You remind me of Sherlock Holmes. Who? What? Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
what? What are you talking about? I don't know.
Who's Sherlock?
Yeah. So... Crazy stuff, Doctor Who. Unexplained stuff. Let's go. Oh, and please don't end the Moffat era where every single thing from 2005 till now gets wiped. Please. Don't do that. Don't screw that whole thing up where you never had Rose Titan. All that. Please. Don't screw that up. I know you're going to have a clean slate, but they could just use Chris Chibnall's Laws of Time rather than Moffat's Bill and Ted stolen ideas. Because honestly, that's Bill and Ted's Rules of Time Travel. That's what he took it from. Writing the notes to each other. I'm going to do this. That was from Bill and Ted. Joe, watch it tomorrow. You see, oh shit, that's right, yeah.
I've seen Bill and Ted. I don't need to watch it again.
Yeah. So, Bill and Ted 3 is still coming out anyway, though. But,
When?
2017, I believe.
So next year.
Yeah, so next year. All right, so I guess we got Nardole to look forward to. Thank you.
Yay, my.
Thanks for that. And
I can barely hold my excitement.
and again, you know, what a blast this season is going to be. Okay.
Yeah. I want to blast it with the Dalek
How
already.
about you give us some news that would actually make people go, wow? How about you make an announcement like, oh my God, Madame Corvarian's coming back, or
Matt Smith, please.
Matt Smith's going to appear again, or whatever, something. I mean, that's not really.
Matt Smith is Mr. Clever. Please. Not gonna happen.
When he had the beard, and it was like, Canton Delaware III was like made like he was shooting everybody, and he's like, you could build the greatest prison, and it won't be enough. He was like so dark. Can you imagine him as evil with the beard? And then we got Mr. Clever after that. That's
I
great.
just want my doctor back.
Yeah. Well, he needs to get up on that because I don't know what he's doing now.
Nothing. He's not doing anything.
He's doing that
His movie
series, The Crown.
failed.
He's doing that series, The Crown, right? He's doing that second zombie movie, Patient Zero.
Yeah, it's gonna make zero.
Yeah, and Well, you heard what happened. Supposedly he wanted a big finish. He wanted to do stuff, and they said no. When did they tell you no? I never heard of that.
When they pissed at you.
He says, I'm ready. Anybody want to do anything? And nobody wants to do anything. Moffat doesn't want to do anything. Nobody wants to do anything.
Damn.
I would take him back in 5 seconds. Let's go. I would have him purposely do a third Craig thing. It's like a missing adventure you didn't see, you know? Like they're going to have the Sea Devils in that episode. That's what they're going to bring the Sea Devils back with Craig. On a honeymoon in Hawaii or some whatever thing.
They should just get rid of Capaldi and bring him back.
That would have been even a good one for Under the Lake or whatever the hell.
See, the thing is, Joe, Capaldi's good.
Devils.
Capaldi is good, but you need a good
Capaldi's
writer
good,
for him.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
I want Capaldi to stay for a couple of years, but I want him to stay with Chibnall. I want to see how he does it with him. I have to have Capaldi with Chibnall. I don't want to have, like, Moffat and Capaldi's gone.
We need a lighthearted season, and Chibnall's going to hopefully give us that, and not this Edgar Allan Poe stuff we had with.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I read that too with the Raven. Hello. Nevermore. So, yeah, that's everybody's point exactly. All right. On that note, we are gonna get out of here. Chris, are we gonna do an everything show? Or we'll wait till tomorrow.
It's up to you.
Do you guys want to watch me play Resident Evil 7?
Yes. So, what are you going to do? You're going to... All right, let's go off air, and I want to watch Resident Evil. You want to see it, Chris? Resident Evil 7? All right. All right, I'm going to stop the recording now. Take care. Bye for now.